Hello and welcome back to League One Predictions. We are officially back now after the international break, and let's just see what happens in this run in the Premier League, Championship, and League One. I'm sure it is going to be enthralling as we close into the latter stages of the season. So let's just get straight into these League One predictions. So the first game of the match week is Leyton Orient against Stevenage on Thursday night. Two sides that were battling it out for League Two promotion. I remember watching one of those games during an international break a few seasons back. Yeah, this one's a bit of a well, I don't know who's going to win this. Both teams are kind of out of form, aren't they? Leyton Orient know what they're doing under Richie Wellens, but after that poor run, their playoff hopes have stimmered a bit. Stevenage, Alex Ravel, very good side defensively. We all know that with Pierre, Gianni, and what's he called? Good. Go for Brentford. Of course he is. But yeah, Leyton Orient, however, I think they're going to get the win here. I think Stevenage will be they'd be resilient, but I think Leyton Orient will plug through here. I'm going to go Leyton Orient to win this by 1-0 and get the job done over Stevenage and keep those slim playoff hopes alive. So I'm going Leyton Orient 1, Stevenage 0. Well, it doesn't get much bigger than this, and we're in the playoffs because Charlton are taking on Huddersfield here. This is a big game. This is if you want a game to start the running, this is a very good game to start with. Charlton under Nathan Jones will look to beat that, do better than that 3-0 loss away at Peterborough last time out. But their form before that was good, just losing into the international break. But this is probably the best time to lose a football match because you just haven't played for a while. You can just reset the guns when you start going again. But yeah, Charlton were very good before that under Nathan Jones. Huddersfield still managerless, but beating Crawley 5-1 last time out after Michael Duff did get sacked, so he can be forgotten about now. For Huddersfield, form-wise, running-wise, I think Charlton will have this. I think Charlton will beat Huddersfield here 2-1, I'm going to go for. Just because I think they've got better side. Huddersfield aren't going to be great under the caretaker boss, so yeah, I'm going Charlton 2, Huddersfield 1. Stockport v Burton now, and Burton will be looking to replicate their away win at Shrewsbury just before the international break. And yeah, Stockport losing to Wrexham during the international break because no players had any international sides. Stockport got absolutely robbed in that game, but not surprised. It's like going to Manchester United, Sir Alex Ferguson, back in the 90s with these referees to Wrexham at the moment at the racecourse. It is an absolute disgrace. Burton are fighting for their lives. They're going to have to pick up some points as we enter the final eight games of the season now, and Burton are going to have to pick some points up. Can I see them doing it here? Absolutely not. I am going to back Stockport to win this 3-1. I'm going to back Stockport. I think Burton will grab a goal. Maybe Orsi will get one or somebody. But yeah, or Bob Farson, or yeah, whoever plays for Burton. But yeah, I'm going to back Stockport 3-1 in this one, get the job done, and just stay in the playoffs. And that is good enough for Stockport County. We go to St Andrews now, where Birmingham City take on Shrewsbury Town. Shrewsbury just losing their manager Gareth Ainsworth today, which is a big story. It'll be yesterday when you're watching this because I'm recording on the Tuesday, of course. So yeah, Gareth Ainsworth. That is a real bummer for Shrewsbury. If they had any hope of surviving, it's definitely gone now that Ainsworth has left them. So that's not good news for Shrewsbury Town. Birmingham did lose to Shrewsbury earlier in the season. So yeah, could we slip up here? Maybe a draw probably if we were going to slip up, but I can't see us losing at home with two Imperious. At St Andrews, and Shrewsbury losing their manager just makes it more open. I am going to go for us to win this 2-0 because it'd be easy. We don't score lots of goals at home. We just get the job done and move on to the next game. So yeah, I'm going to go Birmingham 2, Shrewsbury now, and I'm going to go for Jay Stanfield to get a brace. The Battle of the Bees as Bolton go to Blackpool, Stephen Schumacher's side. Apart from losing to Stockport and Bristol Rovers, they had that new manager bounce by beating Birmingham and Burton before that. Blackpool under Steve Bruce, they know what they're doing. Apart from that little blip against Leyton Orient, they'll be up for this at Bloomfield Road. But Bolton in that playoff hunt and will be fighting for the playoffs, won't they, Bolton? So this one's a really difficult one to call, in my opinion. I just think who's got the momentum at the moment? I think Blackpool have got it after beating Northampton. Was that last weekend? Yes, it was 22nd March. So they have played last week. Bolton have had that extra week's rest, of course. Head to head, say it's very even in the head to heads, but I'm gonna go for a draw in this one. I'm gonna go 1-1. I think it'd be Steve Bruce's masterclass of a draw. I'm gonna go Blackpool 1, Bolton 1, and I think Bolton will be less happy because they're on a playoff charge. But yeah, I'm going Brucey to get a draw against Bolton 1-1. Inigo Calderon side Bristol Rovers are at home to Mansfield in this one. This is a really tight game, and I think Bristol Rovers just need a couple more wins and they will be safe in Sky Bet League 1. Mansfield beating Barnsley last time out after the departure of Darrell Clark. Bristol Rovers losing 5-0 to Lincoln, 1-0 to Crawley. Scott Lindsay now back at Crawley, so maybe they could stay up as well, but we'll talk about when Crawley are playing. But for Bristol Rovers, this one's a bit of a difficult one for them to get in. Mansfield aren't bad, but Mansfield lose this and they're dragged right back into the relegation scrap again. If Mansfield create the same way they do, I think they could really rip into Bristol Rovers because Bristol Rovers cannot defend for their life at the moment. I'm going back Mansfield 2-1 away from home. I know that's a bit of a strange score from me, but I'm going to go 2-1 Mansfield. If Lee Gregory's back from injury and maybe they'll move on. But yeah, I'm going Bristol Rovers 1, Mansfield 2. Next is Neil Harris's Cambridge against Northampton Town. In this one, Northampton losing to Blackpool at the weekend. Barnsley drawing with Cambridge. Cambridge under Neil Harris don't think they have enough fight to stay up the League One's second bottom club. Will there be a new manager bounce in there? Well, the new manager bounce. There was no new manager bounce. Come on, that was if there was one, it would have happened by now. But yeah, Cambridge. It's looking pretty grim. I think they're pretty much down now. Northampton. You think if they lose this, they are in a proper relegation fight under Kevin Nolan. They have the quality. They have Foster and Roberts, so they should have enough quality to stay up. I'm going to go for a 0-0. I think this will be boring and cagey. I can't see either side scoring, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm going Cambridge 0, Northampton 0 on this one. Now it's the referees' favourites, Wrexham, as they travel to Exeter City and St James's Park. This really could be anything. I mean, Exeter on decent form now under Gary Caldwell, beating Shrewsbury, beating Mansfield, and then getting 2 draws against Lincoln and Rotherham United away from home. Wrexham losing to Reading in the middle of their decent little run of form. This one's really tight to call because Exeter are decent at St James's Park. So usually, they usually can create an atmosphere when they want to, and they'll be up for this one as well. I feel like they win this, they will stay up. But who do we go for? Who do we go for in this one? This is really tight. I think Wrexham, just have enough firepower. I'm going to back Wrexham 1-0 away from home. Can see a red card in this game as well. But yeah, I'm going to back Wrexham away from home. I think they just have enough firepower over Exeter City at the moment. And they will beat Exeter 1-0. So Wrexham will get the favour of the refs and win again. Reading versus Peterborough, and Peterborough under Darren Ferguson looked like a completely different side with Kwame Poku back from injury. They look like a really good, well-drilled side now that Poku's back. Mothersill, Jones, Odo, they've got a brilliant attacking line. Jed Steer, ex-Villa goalkeeper in goal, is actually all right. I think this will be a really tough game when we play them in the Virtue Trophy finals. Sadly, I won't be going because of these stupid ticket things of the 20,000. But yeah, Reading are actually a very good side. I mean, they draw too many games to get in the playoffs this season, but Ibrahimovic up front, absolute baller. And Reading Football Club might not even be a thing, which is a crazy thing to say by the end of this Sky Bet League One season. With all the protests and everything, I am actually going to back Reading to win this. I think they'll get the win and they'll pull away and maybe get a little outside chance of the playoffs, because remember, if they get the playoffs and go extinct, that would be crazy. But I'm going to back Reading in this one, 2-0. I just think Peterborough won't be. I think it'd be Reading. I don't know why I think the crowd, they might get turnout if it's the last few games and they'll be up for it, the crowd. So yeah, I'm going Reading 2, Peterborough 0 in this game. Scott Lindsay's Crawley travelled to Rotherham, and after beating Bristol Rovers on the weekend, is there a small glimmer of hope for Crawley Town here? I mean, Rotherham losing to Wickham last Tuesday, was it? About a week ago today, or yesterday, or whenever. Yeah, Rotherham, Steve Ezra, I expected them to do a lot better this season. I really did, with the signings they made, Clark Harris and others. But Crawley under Scott Lindsay, it's crazy because he's managed them 2 seasons, but he's back there now. It's amazing what the managerial merry-go-round can conjure up. But can Scott Lindsay's Crawley do it again? No, they don't. They surely don't. I'm going to back Steve Evans and Rotherham to get a draw here. I think it'd be 1-1. I just think Crawley, new manager bounce, they'll be a lot more well-drilled under Scott Lindsay than they have been in recent weeks, apart from that 1-0 win against Bristol Rovers. So, yeah, I'm going to go Rotherham 1, Crawley 1 in this one. And, yeah, it probably won't help either side out. But Crawley, their home form is critical in this run-in if they are to stay up and maybe get another season in Sky Bet League One. Now we will go to an empty DW Stadium, no doubt, as Wigan take on Barnsley. Wigan's ground too big for them. Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, Barnsley, no manager, taking caretaker to the end of the season. No way is the Barnsley getting in the playoffs. No, absolutely no chance. They're too mid-table mediocrity. Wigan might need to watch a little bit to try and stay in the division, but I think they've got enough players. But losing Asgard really has dampened their hopes of getting anything. They still do have Norburn in midfield. I mean, they've still got Sam Tickle in goal. Ames and Kerr are decent defenders, as well as Carragher. Yeah, this one's a tight one to call, but I'm going to back Wigan. I am going to back Wigan to win this by 1-0. I just don't think Barnsley are on a landslide at the moment, and it's going to continue here, and I'm going to go Wigan 1, Barnsley 0, and Barnsley have more misery, and they really probably shouldn't have sacked Darrell Clarke. To Adams Park we go, where Wycombe take on Lincoln. Wycombe last game getting a bit lucky against Rotherham after the 90 minutes. It's amazing. Three of the 5 goals were scored against in the 90-plus minute. 90th for Bradley, then Clark Harris got 95th, and then Codger got 90 plus 2. But Louis Sibley also scored in that game, meant to be as good as Jude Bellingham. I'm not sure how that one worked out, Derby fans. Yeah, the Lincoln, I mean, losing to Birmingham 1-0. Apart from that, they've loved scoring goals in their last few, apart from that 0-0 draw. To Exeter beating Bristol Rovers 5-0, beating Crawley 4-1. Wycombe losing to Wrexham, that was a bit of a bummer for them. I mean, they've still got a game in hand on Wrexham, so it still could get pretty tasty up the top of the Sky Bet League One top 2 race. Head-to-heads are very even again. I mean, 2 draws, 2 wins for Lincoln and a win for Wycombe in there. But I'm going to back Wycombe at home. I think Richard Coney will get them firing and get them sorted. So I'm going to go Wycombe 2, Lincoln 0 in this one. And yeah, Michael Scabada's side are going to fall again and stay mid-table, unfortunately for them. So yeah, I'm going to go Wycombe 2, Lincoln 0. Thank you very much for watching these League One predictions videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let's get up. Well, let's continue that push up towards 50k. 50 subscribers. I mean, I'd love to get to 50k. But yeah, get a big milestone by 50 subscribers, hopefully by the end of like April, May time. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and thank you all for watching. And I'll speak to you all on Championship predictions.